it's really pretty outside. It's just a teensy little bit hot. Cries in Florida. Usually people don't go on self-improvement journeys until they had something happen to them that just makes them not want to be in the same place anymore. That's me. So I'm gonna tell you my top favorite books that actually helped. And I'm gonna tell you quotes that you might like or that might relate to you, that might make you want to get the books. And if you are interested in getting these books, the link is in my bio for them. I know I'm in nature and all, but I don't like these tiny bugs. The very first one I'm gonna show you is my least favorite, and then the last one is gonna be my main favorite. First one is going to be this one. This has a lot to do with being resistant and not accepting reality the way it is. It has a lot of designs in each pages, so if you are definitely a visual person, maybe this one will be your number one favorite. First quote is, what you practice consistently gets stronger over time. The first time I was driving, I was terrified. Now I just drive by muscle memory. Second, a way to help yourself when it comes to processing your feelings is doing ACT. A is for acknowledging the feeling. C is to connect with others because you're not alone. Remember, there are billions of people in this world. One of them is bound to have had the same experience as you. And third, talk kindly to yourself. When you're feeling something, practice ACT. It will help a bunch. And third quote, but not the least, from this book that I like is, when you are in pain, the only thing you can do is enlarge your awareness. Stop being a glass, be a lake. Because when you are angry, when you are sad, you're usually very stuck to one perspective. But when you increase your awareness, you're seeing your problem is not just the only thing that exists. This airplane again! Hello Habits. This is by Fumio Sasaki. So what this has to do with is clearly habits, and I already love how simplistic it was. That's why I got it in the first place. Just first listen to the 3 quotes, because the 3 quotes usually get to me whenever I hear other book recommendations for other people. It is difficult to start with the mind, but it will eventually catch up when I move the way that I always do. Overthinking will lead to a spiral of thoughts, and you're just going in circles and circles because you're stuck in that thought process that you're having. So sometimes you just have to move, and eventually your brain will catch up to you moving. Second quote, habits will eventually collapse, but the important thing is to keep rebuilding them. I'm really glad that I looked through this today, because the habits that I built during the beginning of my self-improvement journey, they're kind of gone now, but then I am trying to rebuild them. I am trying to go back to doing that. Third quote is, a person will become exactly the type of person that he continues to think about all day. What you think about usually becomes your reality. So just think about money, okay? If you want to be rich, just think about money. I'm just kidding. Let's go to the third book. Okay, so this one is my second favorite book. It's called Say What You Mean, A Mindful Approach to Nonviolent Communication by Oren J. Sofer. As already mentioned in the title, it is clearly about communication. First quote from this book, to take responsibility for my reactions means training my mind to trace emotions back to the needs from which they arise. Usually when we are complaining about something or when we are feeling certain things, it is because we have these basic fundamental needs that are yelling to be listened to. Second one, talk about it when it's not happening, which will increase the likelihood that they will be able to hear you. So let's say you are in a fight with somebody. When you are in the midst of that, usually the other person has their walls up, their defenses are up, and they're not processing what you are saying, especially when they are in the heat, in the midst of intense anger. So what you can do here is, of course, try to get through that conversation first without making it fire with fire and fire and fire. Then all of a sudden you have a freaking house on fire. And if you feel like the solution was not mentioned at all, the issue was not resolved at all, talk about it at a time that is right. Third, but not the least, such a beautiful quote, the more we hear others' feelings as a reflection of their needs, the easier it is to understand them without hearing blame, needing to agree, or feeling responsible for their emotions. Wow, am I right? When I read that, I was just, I don't really have anything else to expand to that, because that is, they put on a plate, served it, and now you can eat it, because that was beautiful. Don't forget, if you're interested in these books, they are in my storefront. Just check them out down there in my description. My most favorite book is this one because it's the one that made me tear up. Maybe I just read it at the right time, but it is the mountain is you. Oh, I know you have heard of this one. What this is about is self-sabotage, which we all do. Let me tell you the quotes that just especially the first one, that's when I started tearing up. I said, holy crap, this is me right now. Listen here and listen close. Rock bottom becomes a turning point because it is only at that point that most people think, I never want to feel this way again. This thought is not just an idea, it is a declaration and a resolution, which indeed it was. Indeed it was. I was saying, I am so done feeling this way. I need to change. I need to help myself. And that's when the birth of my channel happened. Second quote, if you are anxious, it's because you're living in the future. If you are depressed, it's because you're living in the past. All the quotes I have said, this is the most important one that you have to remember. Take triggers as signs because your wounds need your attention. They are showing you where you are either most wounded or primed for growth. This fly, please, you're scaring me. I keep thinking you're a bee. Don't forget your triggers are very important. That's the key to finding out what to heal and what to develop. So these were the 4 books that helped me a lot. They all focus on different areas. This one was about self-sabotage. This one is about communication. This one was about accepting. And this one was about my habits. So if you want to start somewhere, I recommend these so much. They are all beginner friendly as well. You do not need a dictionary to understand these words. If any of those quotes related to you somehow, make sure you check out the link in my description and subscribe to me so you can see more of this type of content from me. Don't forget to always seek things to be grateful for all around you and especially within you. Until next time, I will see you then. All my social medias are down below. Thank you once again. Bye.